Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the OK Run Show. Week number five. Week number five, a little bit slower of a week, few more watered down fields. We had a one team here, one individual at that meet.
hmm
We didn't really get a big clash like we've got to see over the past few weekends between, the Deer Creek meet and then on to like Rogers State. But shaping up to have a couple of good weekends in a row just around the corner. Big pre-state this weekend, following weekend, Jamboree. But this weekend, still some good performances. Shawn, what stuck out to you?
Oh, you're hitting me right at the spot.
Yep.
Well, let me share my screen.
Where do you want to start
Let
this
me share
week?
my screen and then we
All
can
right.
walk through it, Colin. Let's look. Can you see this?
I can.
Alrighty. So this is the first one that we want to talk about. We go to the high school boys once it loads. Let's see here. So this is pretty important to me right here. To run 16:08 after coming off of 15:32 is pretty impressive. Believe that they got first at the meet and then so we'll see how they do in 5A, but that's my pick.
I mean, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
I don't want to just write it off like, oh yeah, there's no chance they lose. There's a chance they lose, of course. But as it stands right
Mhm.
now, they keep winning, which I don't know anything about this course at Muskogee, but just based off of what we saw at Rogers is about as fast as these kids will run all season, outside of
Yeah,
like state when the pressure's on.
I agree.
I don't necessarily care about their times. Yes, has he run 30 seconds quicker? Of course. But he got the job done. He won. So did the men's team. It's great. Moving on, varsity girls, little Shawn,
My sister,
little
yeah.
Shawn winning it by 30,
Good job,
by
Presley.
20-ish seconds, 25 seconds.
hmm
Um, Emma Robinson, kind of a dark horse pick in 5A. That looked like Tulsa Edison won the whole thing, or did Bixby pull through?
See, I don't know if they give
They
the
have teams. Yeah, just hit
team.
teams. There's teams tab at the top. Well,
There you go. Bixby pulled through.
Bixby, yep, Bixby got it. Close
Four
race with
points.
Tulsa Edison. Tahlequah double their points back in third.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Well, that's about it for that meet.
again, yeah. Again, it's like we had people kind of all over the place. We didn't have a
Yeah.
congregation of most of your top teams. So we don't really get a lot of context out of some of these meets. We just say, like, hey, did this person get the job done? Maybe
hmm
they did run fast because it is a fast course. But moving over here to Community Christian, Norman North winning it.
Well,
But
this is your
4A
small
Cash
school. Yeah.
Girls, Cash Girls have looked pretty good too. They don't have five. So it kind of
hmm
makes them a little bit irrelevant team wise in their division. But those two athletes will be up there, not far back behind like Pauls Valley
Yeah.
and Lincoln Christian's top groups. They'll kind of be that next tier back. They'll kind of be the chase pack chasing after the five that we've kind of seen coming together all season. On the
And for
men's side,
girls,
Cash,
Cash
can
won.
I can I just say, Zach Williams, who are you talking about when you said like how many times do I have to run under 15:30? Which technically, officially here you didn't run under 15:30, but
Yeah.
how many times do you have to run under 15:30 before what was the phrasing?
I think you said before people believe me,
I think
which
everybody
like
believes you. I don't
I
think
don't
there's
know who
people that
doesn't
don't
believe
believe
him,
you.
but
Like
that's okay.
maybe like well, even the first race, not only did you run under 15:30, but you beat a lot of the top guys. All right. Then you go back down to Texas, you'll run a solid time, but we don't really get a comparison between athletes from Oklahoma because there was really nobody else except for your own teammate.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, really, if we want to get into it, is Zach Williams going backwards? No, is Zach Williams going backwards because Ethan Jones has
Ethan
closed the
Jones,
gap, closed
hey,
the gap on him.
here's
Even
what
though
I
Ethan
think.
Jones didn't necessarily run quicker than he has, I feel like he's run 15:40, like 5 to 15:50, like 4 times this year, um, 3 times
People need to
probably.
talk more about him because he has
He's a
been like
sophomore.
he's ran like 15:40 something like 3 times already
He
almost.
has. He's of course, at least for this year, he's going to get overshadowed by Zach
hmm
because Zach short of like an injury or something,
Yeah.
he's gonna win 4A. The only person, the only people that have no, I don't even want to say that because I don't even think that like the Lincoln Christian, like Ty Brooks, let's say, or Dathan Custer, who's running 1540 something last year. I just don't see them catching him. And if they do, I still think Zach somehow wins it and he pulls off what he pulled at state in the 3200. And I think
Mhm.
everybody believes him. I don't think there's a single person that's out here like, oh, I doubt Zachary Williams. Like, but hey, create a fake narrative in your head to make you run faster. I'm all for that.
There you
We've
go.
all been there, we've all been like, dude, everybody hates me. I'm gonna run so fast. Like we've
Yeah.
all been there. Like, you show up to practice one day, you'd be like, dude, nobody knows how good I am. I'm about to rip this workout to shreds. You know, like
Yep. Been
sometimes you
there.
have to create those fake narratives to get yourself going. And sometimes those fake narratives you put out online and hopefully other people start to go, yeah, I think everybody does hate this guy, you know? And plus of our responses to our Instagram, which was like, hey, it was a performance that we should know about from this past week. More people said something about either the RSU meet or Zach Williams put himself. So I think Zach Williams wants us to push a narrative that everybody hates him. So I'm just gonna say it that like everybody hates Zach Williams. He's the worst athlete ever. Dathan Custer, Ty Brooks, and Ethan Jones are all gonna beat him at state. He's gonna choke. He's gonna get fourth, and we'll watch Zach Williams run like 15:05 at state. So,
We'll see.
yeah. But anyway, moving on to the Bethany meet. Good two
Southwest
mile.
Covenant in the small school division got the win.
Yeah, Southwest Covenant. I believe they are A. They're Class A. So it's
Third,
pretty good to
fourth,
see. Pretty good
ninth.
to see a Class A school beating a lot of, kind of threes and fours. Ryland, not Sheffy. I'm gonna say Sheffy. I hope that's right.
Sounds about right.
I believe they're 3A, but Bethany's 4A. So we kind of got like, we got a 4A girl who freshman 1220. I don't know how fast this course is, but she did beat a couple people who could be the state champion in their division. Like Ali Shepard might win Class A girls. Ryland Sheffy might win 3A girls, so that's a pretty good race for the freshmen. Moving down, I believe
5A,
Falls
6.
Valley girls,
So
1,
Paul's
2,
Valley
3,
is a
4.
4A, right?
They are 4A.
So they
They
moved
are
up in this
4A.
one
And for the people
just
that
for the
follow my small school article, it seems like every week I talk about, hey, Paul's Valley versus Lincoln Christian. Right now, I mean, at least RSU made Lincoln Christian look stupendous because you get the fast course, everybody runs fast, everybody looks really good. But Paul's Valley, their top
3
3
people
is
under
very,
19.
very strong.
And then
Their
your
4
fourth
is
is 1930.
solid. The only concern I have, which is my concern with everybody not named Lincoln Christian in this division, is they just don't have a 5 that I'm confident is going to show up on the day and win it. If they're
Right.
5, a freshman who ran 22:45, not exactly quick. If she could run 21 flat or better in 5Ks consistently, no, I get it. They will race over 3,200 meters. But if you're fit, you're fit. You're going to run fast in 5K. You're going to run fast in a 2 mile. Fitness is fitness. So
Yeah.
I think, I need to see that 5 come a little bit closer to their 4 before I say that Paul's Valley is the favorite. I'm still giving it to Lincoln Christian. Maybe I'm getting duped by just how good everybody looked at RSU. Everybody at RSU looked like they were a world beater that nobody could take them down, in their divisions. Like Regent Prep, I'm super high on Regent Prep after their performance, both of the men and women. But I'm thankful I got to see how they ran the race. And it makes me way more confident like Regent Prep because they were just a pack the whole time.
Yeah.
Not just everybody went out there headhunting by themselves. Yeah. 5K for the boys, 2A through 4A, so small school-ish. Dathan Custer beat a couple guys that last weekend. Cassidy, Billy Mathis, he broke 16.
Yeah, he was like 1558-ish, I think.
Yeah, he broke 16. Dathan Custer's fit. Is he fit enough to catch Zachary Williams? Probably not. But is he fit enough to run 1540s, probably 1530s at the state meet? Probably. He probably will be there in, a month's time or so. But also Billy Mathis and Cassidy looks really good. One concern I had with them that I mentioned in my article was Aiden Kerr was like their third. He was their number 2 at the state meet. He was their top returner coming back from last year. Good to see that he's kind of jumps back up in their roster, but also their number 2 from last week. I cannot remember his name to save my life right now, and he's not on the results here. Him not being there, I don't know why. Maybe just coach is giving him a rest. Maybe he's hurt. I don't want to speculate, but assuming he's back in the lineup, they look really good, and I think they're the team to beat for 3A men. I really do. Is there anything else from this meet? Oh, 5A, 6A.
Well, yeah, we can go down here.
5A, 6A.
5A,
Yeah, let's talk about it. Piedmont won.
But Piedmont didn't even run all their guys.
Which
they ran,
they ran like
not their JV, but they ran like, I think the kids
they pulled what like Oklahoma
6
State, I guarantee you, will
probably
do at the Jamboree. They'll run mostly an A squad. Mostly an A squad.
Yeah.
They'll leave out 1 or 2 heavy hitters, which is what Piedmont did, and they still won. Did they necessarily beat anybody of note, especially in 6A? No. But they didn't have to. And I think they realized that we don't need all of our guys to win this meet. We still want to get some other guys some looks. Let them go out there, let them show themselves. Because they're going to have.
Question. Is Santa Fe South charter? What would that put them under? Because they got 3 guys right here.
They are not 5A like normal Santa Fe South. I believe they're like they may be actually 2A.
Well, they
might be 2A.
Something to kind of
something to kind of note. Here. But where was their 4? That's what really. Where's their 4 and 5?
29.
24 and 29.
1807 and then 41.
They'll need a little bit stronger there. Not much stronger if they're 2A. If they're 3A, they'll need probably a little bit more than that. But if they were A, and I'm just not remembering, that's a scary team in A right now.
Yeah. Let's go down to the. Oh, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Lovejoy. We had some athletes at Lovejoy.
There's I think it was only Jinx. So let's go to the varsity girl.
Yeah, let's see him.
Let's take it. What did I got it?
It'll work eventually. This has been my whole problem over the last week or so that I've been writing.
Let's move on to Choctaw then.
Yeah, that'll pull up. Good old PDFs.
Choctaw.
Bailey Tapley was a 3A girl last year. If she would have stayed in 3A, I would have been like, yeah, probably could win it, but transferred to Choctaw, so 6A, a little better competition for her. But she took care of business at the home meet. Freshman running 21-22. Might be something over the coming years. The Yukon men, I feel like always go to like a solid meet and put down a solid performance. But they still may only barely scrape into state depending on their region draw.
Yeah.
As like they've won so many times for a team that I'm not 100% confident that they'll make state. But Ethan Brooks, freshman, 1633.
Yeah. Pretty dang
I know
good.
he can probably break 16 some point in this season. I know he probably will or get close. But yeah, we just kind of want to see when he actually gets a chance to do it. Okay. Where do we got?
Dude,
what do we have?
Dang mile split is giving me fits today. All right.
10th overall at Lovejoy.
Yep. Jinx, 1837. Just in
a solid performance.
I mean, that's still very good. And then they're number 2, 1846. So not bad.
Again, kind of depends how it plays out. I mean, Charlie Keeley's probably a top 5 girl in the state, just kind of depending on how the race plays out. But she's so consistent right now. So we do love to see consistency because that means that she'll get it done probably when it matters.
On the guys' side, 1558. He's
snuck under 16 again. Good to see.
Last week or the week before, so pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I think at Deer Creek, 1554, 53. So
I mean, he's
together a pretty consistent run.
Yeah. Good to see. He's still like running under 16.
Yeah. They're number 2, Santiago, 1622.
1622.
You're at 16 flat at Deer Creek. I mean, sorry, at Rogers.
Yep.
I don't remember his Deer Creek time.
Again,
around 16.
Rogers was so fast, it's gonna warp everybody's perspective of how fast some people run. It's gonna warp some people's brains about like, oh, this person is, a 16-minute guy. Like, yeah, if
Yeah.
we run them on a track, yes. Or we run them on an RSU course, which is basically a track that just happens to be grass and you get to occasionally turn right.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna see that. Moso.
We missed the MSSU.
Moso coming up over the next week. So add to our list of, kind
Can we
of
see the
races to
enters maybe?
possibly look
Hold
out
on.
for. See if they have teams enter, because that might tell us something.
Bishop Kelly. So
Bishop
Bishop
Kelly,
Kelly's entered in Holland Hall and this, so they're probably sending their top group here.
top group here.
And
I'm
these are
trying
all
to see if I
Clinton's,
know
not to,
Fayetteville. No, that's Clinton, Missouri.
yeah.
Fayetteville is normally a pretty solid squad, I do believe. Most of
That's
a
all.
fast course, and it's like, but it was fast, not necessarily because the course is something special. It's not built
It's
like
not
Rogers.
easy too. I mean,
It's not
there's some
necessarily
hills
easy, but it is still a fairly fast course. But I think the reason it's so fast is it's just strong enough of a race to pull guys around. And the footing there is mostly dirt.
Oh yeah. I mean, things have changed, but I remember when I went there my junior year, we went through and I was like maybe in 30th and like we went through in like 450.
Yeah.
It just goes out
Yeah.
hard. That's just you just kind of have to go with it.
Yeah. And it's great because that starting stretch is long. I have run there more. I've
I
run
ran a
more
10K
8 and
there.
10Ks there than I have run
It
anywhere
was
else
the
in my
worst thing
collegiate
I've ever done in my
career.
life. No, I'm kidding, but
I liked it.
really?
The hard part is the 10Ks there. I will say you do basically 2 5K laps. And there's a switchback section that never ends.
Yeah.
It never ends. But if the 5K is actually legit distance, because their 8K wasn't always the same distance, the 10K was not always a full 10K. So we always used to joke that whatever you could run there, you probably could run on the track, because we had guys in the 10K that would run the same time they would run at Moso. But yeah, Moso will always be a fast meet. Stampede, love that meet. I've run very quick there, had some of my best college performances there. But yeah, we got pre-state this next weekend. Holland Hall might be something. It used to be a bigger meet than it is now, but I feel like that's so true with like everybody. There's a lot of meets that used to be across all divisions, used to mean a little bit more, but I feel like just so many schools are hosting and they all host about the same time that we just get, we get teams to all spread out, which is sometimes good because it leaves some suspense. It leaves some like speculation about who might actually win when they face off against each other. Was that course the right distance? Was that course a little long? So it leaves some speculation, leaves some room for nuance, but also we don't get the crazy, this is a meet that we're going to spend 30 minutes talking about by itself.
Exactly.
Big weekends to come. And I hope everybody runs fast Saturday morning while I am tailgating a football game. And I have to look at them Sunday morning whenever I finally
I
look
don't
at my
see
phone
a
again.
14:59 this week. I'm gonna be upset.
I don't think we'll see that.
Hey,
Is that your bold prediction? Somebody's gonna run a 14:59? No.
Maybe I think if we get a couple athletes at like Chili Pepper.
Chili Pepper, maybe. I think
Because Chili
maybe
Pepper's quick and it's not a hard course.
Zachary Williams and Chili Pepper might run
That
close
makes
to 15 flat.
he's
Because we've
the
had
only
guys run like 15 flat that I was like, really? Like, or
because
low 15s?
Who was it the other year? Was it I'm blanking. The kid from I think Lincoln.
Yeah, he did.
What's his name?
Wow.
Dadgummit.
Ginger guy. Why don't I
Yeah.
know?
He ran
Andrew
15
Smithwick.
flat at Choi. Yes, at Choi
Andrew
Pepper.
Smithwick. Didn't he run 15 flat?
Yeah, at Choi Pepper.
And like Riley Randall, who's a 3A guy at Meeker or 2A guy, he ran
like 15 low
10 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Zachary Williams might run like 15 low, maybe sneak under. And then what will they say? Oh, he can't break 1450 now. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's washed. again, I'm just trying to put seeds in Zachary Williams' brain that maybe he just goes on a spite mission against me, and that's okay. Some people run really good on spite. I got to
Yeah.
hear a really fun story that I'll tell the podcast. While I was training with the Oklahoma State team last fall, was the year the NCAA indoors was at Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Mayer was like top 5 in 2 events, but didn't win either of them in the 3K and the 5K. So he wins and he's mad. And Dave Smith's like, dude, like, you're still an All-American twice over. That's pretty good. Like, you got to give it yourself. You're not an altitude guy. You came up here to altitude and still did pretty good. You
Yeah.
can't really complain. Alex left the trophies there. Alex refused to take the trophies home. All-American trophies. There's no guarantees in the NCAA that you're going to win anymore when you win some. But Alex Mayer was so disappointed in himself. He's like, I'm leaving these here. I will not take these home with me. So Dave picked him up because Dave remembered back to, I believe it was like 2013 or something, like the year after they won in 2012.
Yeah.
They got like 5th at the national meet, or 3rd, maybe
Mm-hmm.
even. And Dave didn't want to take the trophy home, but one of the, I think ATs picked it up, or maybe an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Somebody else picked it up and brought it home with him. And he was so thankful because it wasn't until, 10 years later when they got 2nd that they even got another trophy. So he was actually thankful that somebody picked the trophy up, because otherwise Dave was just going to leave it there. And so Dave ends up picking up Alex Mayer's trophies. And we had like we had like a banquet at the beginning of the school year last year. And Dave was telling the story. He goes, Alex, one of these days I'm going to give you those back. And Alex Mayer, doesn't have a microphone. Dave's up there speaking on the stage. Alex just goes, keep them. I still don't think Alex probably has them. I could shoot him a text. He probably would say he still doesn't have them. But
That's funny.
yeah, like some guys just need to run on spite. I had a teammate that she needed to be almost pissed off at everybody to run fast.
Hey.
She ran some of her best meets fast. I ran some pretty good races angry at something. Probably something I made up in my own head. I'm sure Shawn probably did as well. Like, I don't know. Maybe Shawn doesn't run on spite like I do.
I don't anymore. I don't care. But
well, yeah,
no, in high school.
That's probably why I'm washed up now. Is I just don't care anymore enough to run on spite. Like, I run on spite in other ways,
We hit like an 8-miler. It was a journey up here in Stillwater. We were out in like the sticks. It was something. Which for me, 8 miles is a lot. For Collen, that's like nothing right now.
I still run like 65 miles a week. And I think if somebody like trash talked me enough, I think I would get fit again. But I'm just like
65 miles. Like you got to realize
I'm running 65.
You're not a part of a competitive sport anymore.
Yeah.
Now compared to the average human being.
Oh, I'm crazy compared to an average human being. I am extremely mediocre to everybody I used to run with. But yeah, it's a good time. Maybe we can get Shawn to come play soccer with me. I play soccer twice a week. That's what I run. That's where I run on spite. That's where I try to score goals. I'm still terrible at it. I'm horrendous. I do that and I lift weights, and then I have fun on the weekends with, tailgates.
That's the way to do it there.
Heck yeah. Shawn, leaving the people. Hopefully you prepared this week. Let's hear Shawn's words of wisdom for the week.
Okay. All right, yeah. When faced with conflict or arguments or whatever, always try to think before you say and not act on anger and not be too emotional.
Alrighty.
And
on that bombshell, it's time to end. All right.